Welcome again to another edition of Wildcatters TV with the Catfish dude, Steve Douglas. This time, ride along with Steve as he shares his methods for fishing new waters. Steve explains what he looks for and how he approaches choosing areas to target in his search for productive water.
All right, we got a good one, a decent one on. Taking a little drag, giving me a little fight, turning the boat around even. We found this first fish in about 60 foot of water. Huh. Crazy. Oh. Oh, he come right off. Did you see that? Well, that was the first fish, guys. All right, guys, today I'm fishing some new water, and I know I want to do some drift fishing, but I'm going to show you the kind of the steps that I'm going to take when I come up on a bank that I think I want to fish, to kind of familiarize myself with it as I go and mark key areas, not necessarily where fish would be, but just to keep me on track. You know, if you find a 50-foot hole, you don't want to deviate that from 35 to 50. You want to stay in that 50-foot range. So we're going to mark a series of waypoints down this bank in the 50-foot range. That way, when we go to come up here to drift again, we can stay on that particular line. Now, the reason I do that, some banks are different. I've pulled up on banks before and just think I can start drifting, and you're not going to be able to drift because the erratic bottom. But if you find a good long bank that is like a 45 to a 50-foot range, or a 55 to 60-foot range for that matter, the range is not what really matters. It's the consistency of that range. So we're going to come down through here and mark us some key spots, and then we're going to come back to the top of it and make our drift today. We're in 53 right now. We're going to hit new waypoint. We're just going to go ahead and mark it. Now we're going to ease up through this bank, I don't know, a couple hundred yards, and mark it again, as long as we stay in that range that I'm looking for. You can do this pretty fast too. Okay, now we've got a series of waypoints marked along this bank where I want to fish, and now we're going to just kind of go back up to the top of it and set out some lines and follow the waypoints where I want to be, and that kind of keeps me consistent to where I think the fish are going to be. Okay, now we've just put out our lines at the start of this hole that we've marked, and what we're going to do now is just kind of drift down, but we're going to use those waypoints to kind of as a reference to keep us in that 60 foot of water rather than veering off into the 35 or the 55, and we want to stay in that 60 foot area. So we're just going to kind of just drift down. That we don't have a lot of current today, so I'm going to have to use my trolling motor to kind of kick it every now and again. We're at 0.2, and I'd like to be at least 0.3, 0.5. So we're just going to kind of connect the dots down through this bank I've chosen, and we're going to work this bank. Once we come to the end of it, we're going to come right back up to the top of it and go through it again, but just maybe inside just a little bit farther. I believe there's a big fish on this bank. By doing it that way, it saves me a lot of time. You know, if I have to go down through a bank and you think it's going to be consistent, you lay all your lines out, well, the next thing you know, you're up and down, and it's so erratic you can't fish it. That's why I kind of take a shortcut and go on and look at where I'm going to fish first, mark it, and then come back to it. It helps me be able to fish it faster and more efficient. But when I'm fishing new water like this is exactly how I'm going to approach it any body of water. I'm going to kind of cruise and look at the banks, let the banks tell me a little bit. I thought there might be some deep water over here on this bank. Sure enough, we come over here and there's a 50-foot or 60-foot trough that's kind of coming down. It's 35 over here, and it jumps back up to 55 out in the middle. So we're just going to kind of drift down through this 60 foot and see what's happened. But like I say, this is how I would approach any new water that I fish as far as drift fishing is concerned. Oh, you got around my other line too. Oh man, it came straight up at me.
This edition of Wildcatters TV is brought to you in part by Monster Rod Holders. Monster Rod Holders are monster strong. XL Boats. Tangling with Catfish rods. Feel the fight. Mustad Hooks, the best-selling hook on the planet. And Fat Boy Custom Rods. Now, here's the Catfish dude, Steve Douglas.
Oh, you got around my other line too. Oh man, it came straight up at me. He's swimming straight up. Let him go. He's caught. All right. Uh-oh. We found the mother lode. This one's not as big. Not as big. Alright. We're going to leave him in the rod holder while I take care of this other one here. There he comes. Oh, he was a mean one too. Yeah, he was a mean little cuss. All right. Hey guys, like I said, what we're doing is on this new water is mark your path that you want to fish, and then go back up above it and start over and connect the dots, and this is what can happen. All right, we're gonna get this one back in the water. Oh, and get the other one off. This is a lot of fun here, and I feel fortunate to catch a fish this size. Oh, goodbye. One down. And one to go. All right, not so bad, a little double right there. Let me get back on track because we're getting a little too shallow. I don't want to get hung up. See you, buddy. What I'm trying to do is stay on some kind of structure. We've got a ledge coming off of this bank over here in about 45 foot of water down to about 60 foot. What I'm doing is just kind of dancing on the edge, you want to say. I'm kind of nosing my boat into the edge, just kind of kissing the edge about 48, 45, and then I'm turning the trolling motor back at me and then hitting it and then moving the boat back out to about 60. And as it drifts down, I'll nose it back up again. Just kind of dancing on the edge, if you might, with that ledge. And that's where we're banging the fish out right now. Action! It's action, guys. Just a little mad. Gonna feel dance this one. Look behind us there too. All these little fish. Look right here. Crazy. They're all little, but come off. Old school check. These little bitty fellas. Look, up front. There's the blue. This is action. Still got them going down. was a pretty nice one. Going to play for a little while. I don't know how he's hooked. We've been having some difficulty hooking them here recently because the way they're biting. Easy enough. Nice. I gotta get him out of this other line though. It's just a little persistence, guys. It's been really, really slow today. We just kept at it, We moved out here in a little deeper water. That's what we found here. Ready? Right. Oh, mercy. He's a little toad. There he is. Very nice. All right, guys, we're gonna turn him loose. Whew. Let's let him go. There you go, buddy. Look at this. Got him by the tail. See you, buddy. Look at him. Down he goes again. Woo! All right, guys, that's what we come here for. Fish like that. Okay, that's about all we have time for today. I hope you've enjoyed today's blue cat excursion, fishing new water, and how I go about fishing, finding holes to fish the new water. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and check back often. We've got plenty more content just like this coming every week. Again, thanks for watching our videos, and we'll see you in the next one.